21st century.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a Retro Madison Airport update. This is the third Retro MSN update. This one we're back in 2005. I have done a 2005 Retro MSN update before. However, I have 3 new aircraft in this update that weren't in the last one that should hopefully make this a lot better. So might as well just go ahead and do it here. So we have 7 aircraft out here today, all fitting the retro theme. And yeah, some new ones here that weren't in the last 2005 Retro MSN update. So I got the information for this one from departedflights2.com as usual. So anyways, we will be beginning the update here in the American Airlines section, because American honestly hasn't changed much here. Oh, they have gotten bigger, I should say. They've gotten a lot bigger, but in terms of since the last update to this update of Retro Madison, at least for the 2005, they haven't really changed. They're still in the E145 here in the old livery. So this one, as I said in the Kalamazoo update, this will still be featured in retro updates. And here we see it, the American Eagle E145. This one came in from Marquette, and we're heading out to Chicago O'Hare. Those were the 2 routes they had service to on the E145. Looks like American Connection, the Jetstream, had service to St. Louis, operated by Trans-States Airlines. But those are all the routes here for American Airlines, and, well, their subsidiaries, I guess. There's American Eagle, which at that point, Envoy was just American Eagle. Like their branding was just American Eagle. So I guess Envoy didn't really exist back then. They were just called American Eagle. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of the deal with this guy. And then there is no model of American Connection Jetstream, so of course I can't include that in an update. But we do get the 145 here, and that is the route that this one is doing. Up next here we have this Delta Connection CRJ 100 in the Comair livery. This is operated by Comair. This livery is probably a little bit dated for the time, but it's still find it applicable here. They probably still would have had maybe some painted like this, but at this point it would have mostly been in the wavy gravy colors and motion tail. But this one, it would still be applicable, as this flight is operated by Comair. This one came in from Cincinnati. We'll be heading back out there. That is Delta's only route here that served Madison back in 2005. And then we have the Northwest Jet Airlink BAE 146 here. This one is operated by Masaba Airlines. And this one came in from Memphis, and I'll be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Those were the 2 routes that were served on the BAE 146 from Madison back in 2005. Really cool that Northwest Airlink, or as this aircraft would say, Jet Airlink, still operated the BAE 146s here to Madison at that time. Really cool aircraft here, or you could also call it the Avro RJ-85. That's the other name for it. Yeah, a really cool route here. Northwest had a lot of services, and we're not done with Northwest for this airport update. Unsurprisingly, we still do have another Northwest aircraft to get to here. But this is the first time I'm using my new model, the Northwest Airlink, Jet Airlink BAE 146, and it is looking stunning right here at Madison. Great model that Gemini Jets made. I'm very happy to have it in here. It's also quite a rare model, so just a nice bonus to the retro Northwest fleet. And unfortunately, this is being backlit right now, but we have the Northwest Airlink CRJ 200 operated by Pinnacle Airlines. So, yeah, the Pinnacle Airlines operated here, Northwest Airlink CRJ 200. Fortunately, this is being backlit right now. It is a gorgeous aircraft. Love showing off the Northwest models here. Of course, being a Minneapolis-based airline, you know, it's fun to include the Northwest models in airport updates. They're some of my prized pieces in my collection. Always loved the Northwest aircraft. I have, I think, 7 of them. If I am remembering correctly, I think 7 Northwest models. This one is a great one right here, the CRJ 200. So, anyways, operated by Pinnacle Airlines. This one is arriving in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and it will be heading back out there. This one is just taxiing in. So yeah, Pinnacle Airlines, they only operated to MSP with the CRJ 200. We also got service here on Northwest to Detroit on the A320 and the DC-9. But that was served by mainline. But for the two Airlinks, Masaba and Pinnacle subsidiaries, these were the routes that they operated. Memphis and Minneapolis by Masaba on the BA 146, and Pinnacle with the CRJ 200 to MSP. So yeah, really cool services here. I didn't include my DC-9 in this video because they only operated the DC-950 here at this time, and I don't have a DC-950. I have a DC-930 for Northwest Airlines, and the paint scheme is a little bit outdated as it was in the bowling shoe livery. So I decided not to include that one in this one, but if you want to see that model, that was in the first retro MSN update. And I couldn't miss an opportunity for this lineup. This is definitely going to be the thumbnail right here. We have the two BAE 146s here for both Northwest and United. Of course, we already did the Northwest one, so we're going to move it back there for the United BAE 146. We actually have both of the United's aircrafts right there, so we're actually just going to move the camera up here and focus it in on these two. All right, there we go. So first off here, we have the United Express BAE 146, operated by Air Wisconsin. This one came in from Denver. It'll be heading out to Chicago O'Hare. And then behind that one, we have the CRJ 200, also operated by Air Wisconsin, which came in from Chicago O'Hare. Will be heading out to Denver. So, well, as you may guess, those were the two aircraft and the two routes that they operated here to Madison, both on BAE 146s, both Air Wisconsin on the BAE 146 on the CRJ 200, which are the two aircraft that Air Wisconsin operated. And two gorgeous models right here. So very glad to have these two. CRJ 200 is used a lot, even in the modern updates. But it is a very nice asset to have here. And the BAE 146, just a gorgeous aircraft. Love the BAE 146. Everyone does. Who says that they don't like this aircraft? I don't think anyone said that they dislike the BAE 146 or ever RJ85 as it is known as today. Very beautiful aircraft, very beautiful model, and a great United lineup here. And then finally here we have the Allegiant MD-80, either MD-82 or 83. I don't remember. This model is from like 2015, I think. And I think that's when I got it, so I don't remember. This is one of my first Gemini Jet models, though, and love to include it here in airport updates. The livery is probably inaccurate for the time. I don't believe they had very many or any Travelers Ideal liveries at this time, so I believe this is inaccurate, but it's still close enough to what the livery actually was back in 2005. Basically the sun on the eye is basically reversed, so it goes from like a blue to an orange to a yellow, which is pretty cool actually. I like Allegiant's oldest livery a lot. I don't know, I like all of Allegiant's liveries. I think their liveries look really cool. This one of course is the Travelers Ideal livery, gorgeous model. One of my first Gemini Jets. I think either my second or third. It's one of those, but it is a very nice model to have here. This one is pushing back right now. They'll be making the service out to Las Vegas, Harry Reid, or I guess at that time it would have been Las Vegas McCarran, because they changed the name recently. But yeah, love to get the Mad-dogs in here. This time the Allegiant, as American didn't fly them here, but I also have the American MD-80 that I have used at least the retro Fresno update and the retro MSP. I love getting that model into retro updates as well. But today the Allegiant was applicable, so I threw them in here. This one making the pushback will be heading out to Las Vegas. So gorgeous model right here by Gemini Jets, and that'll do it for this retro Madison update. The only airlines that I wasn't able to include in here are, as I said earlier, American Connection, Continental Express on the Embraer E135 and E145, and then Midwest Connect. Then they operated the Beech 1900 and the Dornier 328 jet. I might make a Dornier 328 for Midwest Connect, of course, Midwest Express, and their regional subsidiary is Skyway Airlines. So I might do that one for my spare, what's it called? Dornier 328. I completely blanked on the name there, and I have it right in front of me. So I might turn that one because I have an extra one. I made the Denver Air connection one already, so I have the extra one. I'm not sure if I want to turn it into a private. Dornier 328. I've seen the BAE 146s in front of me, and the aircraft look very similar, so I'm tempted to say BAE 146. But no, it is the Dornier 328. I'm tempted to make it either into a private Dornier 328 or the Midwest Connect, but we'll see. That's not something that I plan on doing soon. I'll probably do that later, as I don't really need another Dornier 328. But yeah, that'll do it for this Retro Madison update. I don't want to ramble for too long here, but a very fun update here. I love getting all of the Airlink and Express and Connection aircraft in here, all the regionals. Really made for a cool lineup here at Madison. We can pivot the camera here actually just to show all the aircraft at the terminal. A really cool lineup in my opinion. Of course, Madison now gets more mainline service, but you know, every medium to small airport in the United States around this time did get a lot of services from the regionals, so you can clearly see that demonstrated here. But yeah, that'll do it for this airport update. Thank you all for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. And as always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.